Alright, we're doing a little more video work here. I haven't done much video taping lately. Just working on my crap and other stuff around here. Not videotaping it, so nothing, no particular job. So we'll do some just normal crap here we're going to show you. So these came in for a quick deglaze rering. So this is an S&S, probably 96-inch Evo motor, something, who knows. So, yeah, just a ring job. So we're going to deglaze the cylinders. People ask me why I don't use torque plates. There's why you don't use them. See those marks in there? That's what happens when you don't have torque plates. And when you do have torque plates, same marks. I'll call that the rainbow effect. The cylinders warp all over the place. Oh well. They get the same pattern with or without torque plates from Harley, S&S, you name it. They all do it. Crappy three-bullet design. If you want a good cylinder that stays around, use metal. There, right there, chrome ollie. There, that doesn't move. This three-bolt aluminum crap, it moves all over the place, so torque plates are worthless. That's why I don't use them. Here's a stupid iron head motor over here. This has almost no mileage on it. You can see how it has a little bit of the rainbow going on, but very, very minute amount. This basically just been run up and down a few times and didn't run. But they stay a lot rounder. They're made out of metal, or metal being iron. Okay, so I'm going to deglaze these a little bit. So I just got done scraping the carbon out of the top up here with my scraping tool. So just go in here like that. Use your pocket knife, works too. I usually use my pocket knife, but let me get the right tool for once. Be different. I think it's the first time I've used that tool. It works pretty good. That's a machine tool for scraping. Yep, light's back on. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and give these a quick hone. Then we're going to knock these pins out, and then I'm going to hone the piston so the pin goes in and out like it's supposed to. So you can see how the top ring was working. See how it's blacker and crap above the ring, and under the ring is clean. So that means these rings are actually working. They're running extremely rich, but the rings are doing their job. So this ring here, you can see how it wasn't doing its job. See how it's all the black has passed the top ring to the second ring. So the second ring was a stop. That is not the second ring's job. The second ring's job is the oil scrape the ring. If the second ring is actually being the compression rings, that means you have a lot of blow by. So this cylinder didn't work for squat. This one here was doing its job. So which one's which? I don't know, it's one of them. These older pistons, these are the rear pistons, one that's cut. So it looks like the rear cylinder is working, the front one wasn't. On these S&S, there's big cutouts in the rear. So that one here is the one that worked. This is the one that didn't work. So what's the difference? They look the same, don't they? Yeah, I see no difference. But one worked and one didn't. So there you go. You can't go by looks. You see how rough it is to finish? When you want a really rough hone finish, that's what you get. You go thousands of miles, it never breaks in all the way. So it's smooth, but it's real rough. So what I do is I give it a hone finish, and then I plateau hone it, which makes it smooth on the top, like this is. So you get the broken end effect, but you still have the oil control. You still have the oil in there for the grooves. The grooves are what holds oil and makes your pistons happy on the skirts. Alright, so I'm going to work on that a little bit. Get my handy dandy piece of crap tripod here. So you can see what I do. One of about 100 other videos I've done already like this. We're going to make a new video series, I think. Today at Tatro Machine. We'll just leave it at that. It'll be a grab all. Whatever you see is what you get. Alright. So this is, we need some stones. Stones are over there. You have to pick them out of the cans over here. Of course, I'm with the camera where you can't see anything. Yeah, those stones, see. These are different grits. These are under 100 grit, these are over 100, these are a couple hundred grit, these are 300 grit, and these are extremely fine. Like over 500 grit. So usually on jobs like this that look like crap, we'll give it a couple strokes with that stone. and probably leave it at that, and then I'll hit this stone to give it a final. I think this is a 500 stone, which is, yeah, it will come out. There you go. Yeah, that's a 500 stone, so that's a 280 grit, I think, 320, something like that. Yeah. These ones look like they were finished with something like this one over here, which is real coarse. Anyway, these are the ones I use now. This is the one here I used to use a lot. Here, I'll probably use that for a, this is like a 600 stone. Yeah, it's a M27J 87. These are real fine. Usually use that for a plateau, but you can also use this one for a plateau, which is next step above that. Yeah, you experiment. See what works. Every job you're experimenting with. Oh, kick the camera. It's good for you. Okay, the hone angle makes a difference, and the grip makes a difference, and the plateau cut on top makes a difference. The plateau is what makes it smooth on top, coarse on the bottom. The hone angle, you want to be something like that. Here we can see it. That works good. The longer the stroke the motor, the more you stand them. The more you stand them up like this, not 90, about here. Short stroke motor, high RPM motors, you drop them more flatter. There you go. Figure that out on your own. Yes, these do catch you and cut the piss out of your hands. So you got to hold on tight. Oh, that's not around. Dug it down there. They're sharp. Definitely out around. Alright, so there's our finish. It looks finer than what it started with. That one. That's a lot smoother. Not rounder. I'm not trying to rip out of my hand. See, it's out around up here. See the low spots? So even though the cylinder's rounder overall, it's still got a bunch of low spots in it. So here's way the hell out around, but you don't see the low spots, but it's way out around. I was trying to grab out of my hand and rip it out of my hand. Okay, just a couple more strokes on this one. Check your angles. Good. Alright, that's all you need for deglazing. That little bit there will cut a half a thou out of your bore clearance, add clearance to your pistons that are already used. So you don't want to make it too good. You're just trying to get a new surface for the rings to seal against. Okay, so we're going to drop to this stone here. Now if I use a really fine grit on there, that's for more of a hot rod motor. More of a street motor, you leave a little more grit to it. It'll help the rings break in a little bit. If you baby the motor a lot, you got to leave coarser finish. If you run the piss out of it, you can run a finer finish. It takes more pressure to break in on a fine finish, but you get more horsepower. So there you go. Every job's different. Strokes each way is all you need. That gives you the finish you're after. Here's the thumb. Hear the difference? Stroke at the same angle. Now if you're using one of the dingleberry piece of crap things, lower RPM and faster stroking will give you the right crosshatch. Real high speed and not moving, it'll give you a real flat angle. Doesn't work for shit. Okay, there's this one out. Still sounds like shit, doesn't it? Yeah, about the same. It feels smoother this way. You still got the low spots in there. Now if I give it a couple more strokes, I'll turn the pressure down. Turn the pressure up. A bit rough. A little bit smoother. With a finer stone, you need more pressure to make it actually cut. Still kind of rough in there, but you gotta have something in there to break the rings in. Alright, so that's how we do that one. Now nice and oily. Amazing how that works, huh? Alright, wipe off your hands. Yeah, what a mess. You don't get much cleaner. Use cleaner rag now. Okay, now we gotta knock those piston pins out. Looks like this thing's blown up. It isn't. So I gotta get a tool to knock those out. The clips are already out of the pistons, so that part's done. That's clean enough for me. Usually I use my short extension. This would be called short. I turn it down the lathe so it's got a flat surface instead of being radius like this. If you hit it with the radius, it makes the pin expand and screws it up and makes it tighter. This hits against it and shoves it out, if it fits in the hole. If it doesn't fit in the hole, you got to flip it over and use this side and beat it out the backwards way. Every pin is different. This one fits in there, so I can use my normal tool. Now if you heat the piston up, it comes out a little easier. Except I don't want to heat the piston up because I'm going to hone it. Okay, that one's out. You do this one. See, this one doesn't fit in the hole, see? Nope. So much for that one. So I got to do it the other way. This way it's harder. I got to hold it, hold the piston, hold the pin, and beat on it. Like that. You got to keep it there, not hit the other side of the piston. If you hear the dink, that's right at the other side of the piston. Okay, that one's out. At some point I could make an actual tool for doing that, but hey, I got a tool right here. I don't have to make it. Why do extra work? Alright, so these are done. Get rid of these. Back in their can over there. Those are actually genuine steel or tin cans for peaches. Those are probably 30-year-old cans over there. They don't make them like that anymore. Now they're made out of real thin ass aluminum piece of crap or real thin tin. They don't work as good. Like most stuff, old stuff is made better. Okay, so now we need a hone Take out your plastic bag, you don't need that in there. Yep. Okay, we got to pick out a hone over here, mandrel. This looks a little bit too big. It's too big, it doesn't go in the hole. Next one down. Ah, damn it, same problem. Next one. Oh, we have a winner. And this has a nice fine stone in it too. Probably because this is what I use this one for all the time. 90% of the time, if not higher. Okay, now we're going to hone this. So when they took the pins out of here, they boogered it up a little bit, plus the pistons warp a little bit from detonation and use. All of that makes this pin not slide like it's supposed to. Got really jabs real hard. That's the high spot coming off. Once the high spot comes off, the pin will go through. See? Pin might have a nick in it. Probably does. Try the other one. A lot smoother. This one has a little burn or someplace on it. This one's a better pin. Alright. One more time. Couple strokes. The pin slips through on its own, you know it's good. Street fit. Racing fit goes right through. The faster you go, the more you slip it. Do not use a dingleberry to do this job. And those cheap ass brake hones aren't much better. Don't use them either. You either have it done right or don't do it. You do more damage to the piston by using the wrong tools and just beating them in and out. There you go. That one goes through now. This one has a burn at some place. Still goes through, but it has a tight spot. Yeah, one got tight. Still goes in, but it's got a tight spot in it. This one goes through better. A little tighter than I like them, but remember it's a street bike, not a race bike. See how that one goes through a little bit better? This one needs one more stroke. This one had burrs in it. Yep. See, one stroke. See what one stroke does? Makes a difference. See? You don't need a dial bore gauge to figure this stuff out. They lie. That going through the hole don't lie. Alright, so that's how you clean this all up. Next thing is to scrape off the dome, find out what ring size this is, put a new set of rings on it, give it back to the customer. Let him do his final cleaning. I'll knock off the heavy stuff, but let that. Alright, we're back. Just destroyed another battery. Do that a lot around here. I just ripped the shit out of this battery. Yeah. You're not supposed to yank on these things. They come apart. Yeah. Anybody got any extra batteries? Could use some. Yeah, that's what they look like on the inside after you destroy them. Yeah, I just ripped the back of it off the camera. That's the second one I broke this year. Alright, I think I think it's the third one I broke this year. Yeah, I go through them. Alright, here's what it looks like after all cleaned up. I forget what I left off when I was trying to explain something, but oh well. Battery failure, that's what happens. So, anyway, this is the piston after it's been honed. These are what the cylinders look like after they've been all cleaned up, so you can see the bore in there, what they look like. So let's see, the red one was the one that was sealing. So this one here that's way out around is the one that was sealing. See all these low spots in here, that's out around. All these light areas. All that stuff there, that's your light area. So when you're reseating rings, you don't have to have a perfectly clean cylinder. You just need to have areas where it's going to reseat the ring in. Typical Harley high pressure areas does that, and trash in the oil, which is just about every Harley out there. So yeah, that'll work. So this one here is the one that was not working very well. It was more rounded. It's more rounded when you hone it, but when you look at it, you see the big low spots all over the place. But this one's actually rounder. Even though it doesn't look like it, it was. Can't always go by looks. So anyway, it's got a new surface for the rings to go against, so that's good to go. So we got the pins fitted in here now, so they slip right in there like they're supposed to now. And this is done with room temperature, not heated up. This is how you want it to be done. Okay, this is looks like a standard piston. See, it says standard on it. It's an old 1030 pistons. My guess is they're 3 5/8 inches, not 3.5. Yep. See, that's by the 40 right there. That's 5/8 of an inch. Okay. Next thing is what ring width are these? If they're really old pistons, they're 16th. If they're new pistons, they're metric, 1.5 mil. So turn on your old handy dandy caliper. You measure it. That'd be metric, 54 thou. Flip it over the metric and measure it. It's 1.4 mil, 39 mil. So it's 1/10 of a mil. If you understand metric, I don't understand metric. I understand thousandths. 54 thousandths means it wore a lot. 59 I think is stock ring. So 5 thou wear on the rings, quite a bit. The next thing you look at is how much ringland clearance you got in here. The up and down clearance in the ring. See it up and down right there? That's excessive clearance. Now the rings are worn a lot, so that's some of it. But the aluminum wears just like the cast iron does. So these pistons are worn quite a bit too, but they're still usable. Just isn't new anymore. This is probably usable too if I glue it back together again. I do that a lot. Yeah. What about that later? Alright, let's see. We need some 5/8 rings. Lights are out. California, dark out. Evo cast, Evo Molly. Let's see, 5/8, big bore shit. Yeah, what do we got? We got standard. We got 5s and 10s and 20s and 30s. We don't know standard. Looks like it's going to be S&S. There we go. What do we got in here? Bicycle. Some form of S&S piston ring. 3 5/8. 58 thou, 58, 55. Yep, that's probably the one we have. Standard. That's probably the one we're looking for. 10 and 10. Looks like I'm out of standard. That's my last set. Have to buy some more. Okay, so what says right on the box? It's 58 thou, and the ring was 55, so it's worn 3 thou. So that's what your new rings look like. Alright. So, there we go. This job's good to go. He's got his new rings. Got that. And I already got some gaskets for him. And he already got some new clips floating around somewhere. I saw them earlier. Alright, so that's it for this job. Just a simple re-ring job. Alright, that's it for today on this one.